to the 53rd edition of our Words for the Moment. We thank God for being with you this morning on this 53rd time. We thank God for what He's brought us through since the month of March, and here we are in the month of September, and God has been so good to us. We thank God for your faithfulness to Him. We thank God for your love for Him. We thank God for your hope for a better tomorrow. It's our task to bring you some words of encouragement, even for such a time as this, as we continue to enter into our fall season. I don't know about where you are at, but it's a little chill in the air, and it really feels good to have fall in the air. It's been a long, hot summer, but we know that winter is coming, and so we just want you to continue to stay safe, continue to be an encouragement to your family, to your friends, and most of all, be an encouragement to yourself. And that's why we love coming to you twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays on our digital platforms in order to bring you words of encouragement, because we just believe that the God that we serve is such an encouraging God, and the God that we serve wants us to encourage one another, because we have to stay on the battlefield for our Lord. So as we come to you today, I just want to be a little honest and transparent with you about life. I know life sometimes gets hard. Life sometimes gets us down. Life can be rough sometime. And we know that life can beat us up from one side to the other, but we do thank God for life. And I know that sometimes life can break us up into pieces. Life can break us up into pieces. And I just want to suggest today, as we come to bring you words of encouragement, that it is okay. It is okay for you to be broken up into pieces. In other words, being broken up into pieces is not a bad thing, but being broken up into pieces could be a good thing, could be a good thing. It all depended upon how you are spelling the word peace, how you are spelling the word peace. If you're spelling it Piece, then that might be a bad thing. But if you're referring to broken up into pieces and spell peace as Peace, then that is a good thing. Because Psalm 34:14, the latter part of verse 14, tells us to seek peace, Peace, and pursue it. You know, life can be hard. Life can be a struggle. Life can break us up into pieces, Piece, but sometimes life can break us up into pieces, Peace. And there's three broken pieces, Peace, that I want us to consider today. And the first broken piece that I want us to consider is our peace with God. The second piece that I want us to consider today, our peace with ourselves. And then the third piece that I want us to consider is peace with one another. I just believe that as we continue to journey through life, that we can journey through life and have more joy, be more happier, live life to the fullest if we just allow life to break us up into pieces, Peace, versus life breaking us up into pieces, Piece. And that first piece, Peace, that I believe life can break us is peace with God, because Romans chapter 5 verse 1 tells us this: therefore, since we have been declared righteous by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Sometimes we feel like God is upset with us. Sometimes we feel that God is mad at us. Sometimes we feel like God has turned his back on us. But I just want you to know that as life breaks you up into pieces, that you have a peace with God, not because of anything that we've done, but it's because he has declared us righteous through faith. So if you have confessed with your mouth and believe that Jesus Christ is Lord, and you know that God is on your side and you have faith in him, then he has declared you righteous. And because he has declared us righteous, according to Romans chapter 5, verse 1, we have peace with God. We have reconciled with God. that we are all right with God. And I don't know about you, but it's okay to be all right with everybody else. But it's another thing to be all right with God. I just want to encourage you today that no matter what you're going through, no matter your situation and circumstance, no matter if life is breaking you up into pieces, that's okay if you're spelling it right, because you are at peace with God and God is at peace with you. The second broken piece that I want us to consider today, excuse me, is peace with ourselves. Peace with ourselves. Peace with myself and peace with yourself. A lot of times we get mad at ourselves. A lot of times we don't meet our own expectations. A lot of times we get frustrated about our life and our situation and circumstances that we find ourselves in. Sometimes we have a woe is me. Sometimes, like I said, life can break us up into pieces. It can really break us down. It can make us low in heart. It can make us having trouble with our self-identity. But you got to have peace with yourself. God has created you for such a time as this. You are wonderfully and marvelously made through the power of God. And no matter what your situation and circumstances might be, you need to be at peace with yourself. And I encourage you to do that, because 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 16 tells us this. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all time and in every way. Because when we are at peace with God, then it is God, our God of peace, who gives us peace so that we can have peace with ourselves. So if I'm ever going to be broken up into pieces, it's not going to be from a negative sense, but I'm going to be broken up into pieces from a positive sense, because I'm going to not only have peace with God, but I'm going to have peace with myself, because 2 Thessalonians reminds me and reminds you that the Lord of peace, the God of peace himself, gives us peace at all times. He gives us peace in the midnight hour. He gives us peace in the early morning. He gives us peace through our time of struggle. He gives us peace when that weight is heavy. The God of peace himself gives us peace at all times, which means that God doesn't take any time off in terms of giving us peace. He gives us peace at all times and in every way imaginable. Every moment in life, God gives us peace. And so because God gives us peace, we can have peace with ourselves. The third broken piece that we want to make sure you consider today is peace with one another. Because I believe that a lot of times we have trouble with having peace with one another, because it's that other, and you know who that other is, that we often feel that is attacking us. It's that other. We know who we're talking about, that always saying something bad about us. It's that other. We know who we're talking about, that we feel that don't have our best interests at heart. And we feel that other will be satisfied, or will only be satisfied when they break us up into pieces. But I want you to know to tell that other to go ahead and break me up into pieces, because I'm spelling this thing right. I'm not spelling it P-I-E-C-E, but I'm spelling it P-A-P-E-A-C-E. So we have to have peace with one another. Listen to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. It said, "Let this be my last words, brothers and sisters. Be glad, be complete, be comforted, be of the same mind, be at peace with one another, and the God of love and peace will be with you." Isn't that good news? Is that when we have peace with God, when we have peace with ourselves, and especially when we have peace with one another. 2 Corinthians said, "Let this be my last word, brothers and sisters. Be glad, be complete, be comforted, be of the same mind, and be at peace with one another." Because when you're at peace with God and when you're at peace with yourself, you can be at peace with somebody else. Because it said, "And the God of love and peace will be with you." So if you're going through life and life seems to be breaking you up into pieces, Just make sure you're spelling the word peace right, that you're not spelling it P-I-E-C-E, but you're spelling it P-E-A-C-E. So go ahead and allow life to break you up into pieces, because since you're spelling it right, it's not a bad thing, but it's a good thing, because you know that you have peace with God. You know that you have peace with yourself, and you know that you have peace with one another. God bless you, and I hope and pray that these words of encouragement about peace will help you through the day and will also help you through the week. We'll see you very, very soon this coming Thursday. God bless you.